This video right here is in response to a gentleman known as the Destroyer. I don't know your real name, but as you can see, this table is totally full of shit here. It's a mess, see? So, let's talk about the cylinder right there. As you can see, the cylinder has got a huge problem, see? Great. Now, that's not the way you do it. The only reason I'm responding to this video is because, sir, you showed some respect and you were nice about it. Now, this is what I mean by white background. Just a little bit of video advice, and then we'll go over your problem. This is a white background. And you notice there's not a lot of clutter, junk, bullshit, and other stuff around here. Now, what you can do when you do your video is this. Alright? What you want to do is you want to talk to the audience, or your audience, whatever, about what you're talking about, and pick the damn thing up and look at it. Okay? Because your audience, or me, or whoever, cannot see what you see. And while I'm talking, I'm visually making pictures so you'll understand. Now, it's just a piece of advice. Take it or leave it. I just feel in a good mood. Usually I do not respond to help videos because I'm not in the business of fixing the bikes. I'm in the business of making videos because I enjoy making them. I don't want to make them work. Now, this is a white background right here. This is what I'm talking about. The lighting is not as good as it should be, so we'll turn on a little bit of light, and of course that doesn't help at all. Now, let's go over your problem, Mr. Destroyer. And I apologize, I did not know your name. You showed me your piston. Okay, you see, you showed me the top of your piston. Doesn't do me any good. Showed me one edge. Doesn't do me any good. I needed to see the bottom, and you did not show me that. Which is fine. That's fine. But you did show me enough. Alright. We have a piston here. This is my piston, my 125 piston. And it has slight chew marks around it. The slight chew marks are also around the top of my water-cooled cylinder. Slightly. It's not as bad as yours. The next thing you showed me was what I already knew. This is your wrist pin bearing, and your wrist pin bearing did come apart, just like mine did. Okay, but you also showed me something else which is very vital. These are two wrist pins, different sizes, different pistons. The one that you showed me is dark on the outside and not that dark on the center, where the, let me do my visual here, where the bearing goes. Alright? Now, your bearing is destroyed. If the bearing were destroyed and caused the problem, you could have lost a little piece like this. And what it does is, let me grab this cylinder over here. What it does is the little piece drops down in here. It gets sucked up in these. Now let me show you visually, okay? I'm going to have to tell you and do it visually, which is hard to do. These are the intake ports here and here. And this is your, well, it's another little port. The piece gets sucked up in these ports right here, whatever kind of pieces of metal you have. And it goes right in here, and then it gets on top of the piston, and it goes up here and bang, bang, bang. It goes like this. Bang, 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 bang. And it fucks everything up. So, we know you got a bad you have a bad bearing because it's shot. Look at that. I'm losing pieces of bearings all over the place. The only problem with your bearing theory, from what I've seen, is that you don't have any damage on the inside of your wrist pin. Now, if your bearing went tits up, that's American for total failure, then your wrist pin would look like this one. It would be very rough because this is hardened steel or chrome. It would be very rough on here because that is where it failed at. Yours does not show any failure like that. So your bearing right here is a secondary failure. So that means, oh, okay, what happened? All right, what was it? The next thing you showed me was, these are wrist pins. These are the circlips that go in here, right in there, and right in there, in every piston. There's two of them. And they hold the wrist pin into the bearing. Now sometimes these wrist pins come out or they get worn out. Worn out is a usual problem, which I've lost a $500 motor to because I just didn't pay that much attention. What happens, and it usually does not happen in Honda OEM equipment or Japanese made, but this edge right here, you can see that it's nice and smooth. It wasn't nice and smooth when I bought it. It was rough. And some of them are rough. These are smoothed out right here. But if they're a little bit rough on this side, what happens is the pin right here rubs against the wrist pin, which is in here, and it rubs a hole in it and breaks it. And when that breaks it, we're going into 7 minutes, so I hope this isn't too long. Anyway, when the wrist pin breaks like that, it falls into the, and you want to use a white background, okay? It falls. Here we go. This is for dramatic effect. It falls right into the cylinder like that, okay? Then what happens is, and I only make these damn videos once, so it's all on the fly. There's no script, nothing else. Then the pieces get sucked up into the ports right here. See that? And you can see it's just sitting right there. But that little piece gets sucked up, ends up on the top of the piston. It chews up the top, and then the other problem you had was your piston ring, it seized right here, or the piston seized, it stuck in the cylinder. Now that, when you told me, you said, well, I was riding along at top speed and it stopped instantly. Okay, it just went, blah, stop. What happened is your wrist pin, I assume because you only showed me one, your wrist pin got stuck between the piston and the cylinder wall right here and stopped the piston. It what do they call it? It seized up. So that is what I think happened by all of the items that you've shown me. And I'm trying to show you how to explain something and make a video, you know, for future use. And I just feel good today to do it because usually I don't, like I said, I don't make response videos. I'm not Mr. Fix-It for free. I don't have time to do that. I work 6 days a week. But you were so nice and polite and respectful, sir, Mr. Destroyer, that I decided to make a response video. Now I hope this helped you out. Remember to look at your cylinder and your pistons and all of your little parts. They will tell you exactly what happened if you will look close enough. Because everything is supposed to work one way, and if something gets sucked up into the engine or damaged or breaks, it'll tell you everything. Okay, well my hand's getting numb and I'm going to post this. Anyway, thank you for being a respectful viewer. I do appreciate that.